to the homemade podcast of sports with your host, Jay Pops. Guys, I'm ready. Now it's official. It will be an official 6:30 p.m. kickoff prime time in all black. This is the blackout game edition for Texas A&M. Do you not know how long we've seen this? This has been a long time. What's the time frame? I go back? Probably 2016 when we played, I think, Auburn or South Carolina when they came to A&M. Do you not know how long ago that's been? Or probably longer than that. Maybe 2014 with I think Kyle Allen and Kyle Murray backing up Kenny Hill. Guys, it's been a long time, man. I'm ready. That intro that you got right there, you're going to get that intro coming into this LSU game. This is the color that we're going to wear. So anybody who's going to the game or anybody who's going to watch the game, you need to have on black. I've already told my family, I've told my wife and kids, hey, we got to put on black this weekend for the A&M game. My son thought that we were going. My oldest son said, hey, man, we going to the game? Not this year. Next year we'll be there, though. We'll be there for sure next year. Already got Eric out there. Shout out to E. Crenshaw. He has already informed me, hey, man, we need to make a road trip out there to LSU next year. But as of right now, one this year, oh, buddy, oh, boy. Oh, it's about to happen. Shout out to everybody that tuned in today. Look, this podcast needs to be the most podcast covered throughout the entire season. Because this is the game. Right? The next game needs to be another one bigger. And then the list goes on from there. Because once we get to Texas, that's our stop for SEC regular season conference play. So this one here needs to start it off by fall. No, man, we're ready. We are ready. LSU is ready. They've heard it all week. They can't wait to get out of class and make that drive to good old College Station. Why? Because in good old College Station, they ain't won down here. They ain't won down here in years. They were beating us at first, but your asses ain't won down here in years. And we expect to keep that going. Guys, we haven't went anywhere. No, baby. This is still Texas A&M. This is still College Station down this way. You got to come and meet us. We met you last year. You beat us. Now you meeting us this year. And guess what? In that all black. No, man. We're coming for revenge. We're coming out looking. This game, for the first time in Texas A&M SEC history, this game means something. I remember 2012. Your asses knocked us out of it. You knocked us out of getting to the SEC championship. We were supposed to be there. We didn't get there because of you guys. Because of you. Not you, Brian Kelly. You wasn't on the staff yet. Not you, Nesmeyer. You were still too young. But we got knocked out because of that good old boy that got fired, Les Miles, and that BS goddamn LSU team that had a good goddamn defense and had Jarvis Landry and also had the one that's in NFL, golly, I can't think of his name, which is crazy right now. Can't think of his name at all. Odell Beckham. Y'all had all the superstars. But guess what? We got our own superstars on this one. We got some superstars too, right? We got the running back. We got Le'Veon Moss. We got the offensive lineman. We got TJ Shanahan. He's out there. We got Chase Basantis. He's out there, right? We got Ahmad Shea Reed Adams. I think that's how you pronounce his name. He's out there. He's offensive line, right? We got Jabri Barber. He's out there. We got Noah. That's another superstar. We got Trey Watson, right? We got the tight end from Sweet, right? We got a couple of guys in the mix coming out here. Terry Bussey, please stand up. Because this was the guy that LSU won. It's time. It's beat the heck out of LSU week. It's time. I started it yesterday. This is the official. It's time, baby. It's time. LSU fans, if you're listening, thank you guys for tuning in because it's time. It's time, baby. I'm all Texas made. It ain't no LSU with me. It ain't no Louisiana nowhere in me. This is all Texas made, baby. I just reside in College Station. That's where my heart resides at. My heart resides with College Station in those Aggies. I'm not a Longhorn fan. None of that. This all A&M, baby. So like I said once again, for the last couple of years, your ass ain't walked out of College Station with a win. We expect to continue that. We expect to continue that. Right? And it's going to be a good game. I'm going to say that for the naysayers in the back. It's going to be a good game. I looked at some peak records. The viewership, I think they said it was about 12.3 million. And close to reaching 14 million that viewed Georgia and Texas. I'm here to tell you guys right now, ABC, look out, because the record is meant to be broken. The record is meant to be broken. Why? Because this is the next game that plays into put up a shut up SEC championship run or bust. That's where we're at right now. That is where we're at. This is where both teams reside. That LSU and Texas A&M. A lot of guys may shoot this game down below the ranks in which I'm pretty sure they're not. But then again, a lot of guys may do. But this game is up there. Why? Because, like I said, for the first time in SEC history, this game between Texas A&M and LSU means something. Which meaning, if A&M wins this game, I have no doubt in my mind that they're going to go on and win out and get to the SEC championship unblemished. If LSU wins this game, I have no doubt in my mind that LSU was going to go out, get to the SEC championship unblemished. Think about what I just said right there. Also think about when these two teams first came into it. Both of them lost the first damn game of the season. How ironic is that? I'm going to say that once again. How ironic is that? Both of these teams came in ranked, by the way. Lost their home, no, not lost the home opener because A&M was the only one lost the home opener. LSU just still lost the opener. Both of these teams went down 0-1. A&M fell off the rankings, LSU stayed in the rankings. So now it's a put up and shut up weekend. Nesmar, what have you done? 18 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. But what have you done? Connor, 3 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. Coming back from injury, but what have you done? It's time to prove it. Connor proved it against Missouri. Nesmar proved it against Ole Miss. They were both at home. The problem now is that Texas A&M is at home. Nesmar is on the road. So, Nesmar, if you're going to walk out of here with a victory, then guess what? You're going to have to come to A&M and get it. I'm going to say that once again. You're going to have to come to A&M and get it. It's nobody that's on that team with you that can honestly stand up and say, yeah, man, we won in College Station. No, you didn't. Brian Kelly can't even stand up and tell you that. No, you didn't. You couldn't beat us when we was a damn 5-17. So now we're coming in the game 6-1. We aren't riding on any high horse by any stretch of the imagination. No. We're just riding on victories. LSU, what are you guys riding on? Victories. So come and get another. We welcome you. All right? We welcome you to step into College Station. And when you leave, right, it's going to be called Death Valley College Station. Why is that going to be called Death Valley College Station? Because This is what LSU dreams come to die. I'm going to say that once again for the people in the back. This is what LSU dreams come to die. We're here. We're here. We aren't going anywhere, baby. We aren't going anywhere at all. This is what all us A&M fans prayed for. And now we're reaping the benefits. So, guys, let's look at it. As of right now, Texas A&M is a 2.5-point favorite. Right? Why are they a 2.5-point favorite? Everybody says that A&M is good, but they aren't good enough. They just aren't good enough. The reason being is because, number one, A&M is at home. That's home field advantage there. Number two is because A&M has the better defense. They just do. LSU has the better offense. So that's why they're saying, if anybody's going to win this game, if it's A&M, they're going to win by 3. And that's it. And which is fine. If we're going to do that, then that's fine. Right? So let's look at some things here. LSU's last opponents. And I'm just going to LSU here because I want to look at some things. I haven't done all of the research on LSU. But I know LSU. Right? I know them. When they played against USC, they lost 27-20. Nesmar, 304 passing yards. Emory Jones Jr., 61 rushing yards. Kyron Lacey, 94 receiving yards. Cool. We're moving on from that. They played against Nicholas, won 44-21. Nesmar, 302 passing yards. Rushing yards, Jackson, 28. Daniels, 71 receiving yards. At South Carolina, in which they should have lost that game, by the way. At South Carolina, 36-33. Nesmar, 285 yards passing. That was one of the most physical games that Nesmar took. He took a beating in that game. However, he got up out of some of those sacks, which is absolutely crazy to me, but then again, it's not crazy. But he got out of it, and it is what it is. This is Nesmar. It's the reason to why that offensive line has only given up 2 sacks so far throughout the entire season. It's Nesmar, right? Nesmar, 285. This is when LSU started to find a little bit of a run game. Durham, 98 yards, and I think he put up about 3 touchdowns in that game. I remember that like yesterday. Anderson, 96 receiving yards. Versus UCLA, in which that was a very good game up until the last quarter. UCLA, they won that game 34-17. Nussmeier, 352 passing yards. Williams, 62 rushing yards. Taylor, 77 receiving yards. Versus South Alabama, 42-10 score. Nesmar, 409 passing yards. Durham, 128 rushing yards. Kyron Lacey, 107 receiving yards. Cool. Against Ole Miss, they won that game 29-26. Nesmar put up 337 passing yards. Durham with 37 rushing yards. I need to find out, what did Ole Miss do against this running game that everybody else couldn't do? Was it the defensive line? Was it the linebackers? Was it the defensive backs coming up just making plays, stacking the box? What happened right there? Because that same formula they use on defense, guess what? A&M can do better. I'm going to go ahead and put that out there. A&M is going to get out there. And they're going to be a better competition. Durham, 37 rushing yards. Lacey, 111 receiving yards. Versus Arkansas, 34-10 win. Nesmar, 233 passing yards, from which is his lowest passing yards of the season. I don't even much think Arkansas defense is that good like that. However, Nesmar only threw for 233. Durham ran for 101. Daniels had 86 receiving yards. So I'm going to tell you something right there. This game was on the road. That game was on the road. Nesmar went for 233 yards on the road. Caden Durham went for 101 rushing yards. What does that say? That says this here. No disrespect to Arkansas, but Arkansas home field ain't like A&M home field. That 12th man will absolutely be rocking. What does that mean? It's a couple of things in that game that Nesmar couldn't do. When he gets out here to Kyle Field, that noise is going to get him. I'm anticipating that noise. Nesmar is even anticipating that noise, and Brian Kelly is anticipating that noise. This time around, Brian Kelly doesn't get a 5-17. He gets a 6-1 team, in which is undefeated in conference play. That means something. That means they're coming with a chip on their shoulder, A&M. And that means that they're coming to lock down their opponent any way that they can. Right? So let's go ahead and go to some statistics here. And I was hoping this broke it down game by game. So as of right now, Nesmar has about 2,200 passing yards. Caden Durham has about 382 rushing yards. Kyron Lacey, 512 receiving yards. Whit Weeks, linebacker, 68 tackles. Interceptions, Zy Alexander has 2. They're going to come out to play. They're going to come out to play. I trust A&M's defense over LSU's defense any day. Right? So let's do some comparison here. All right? Let's go ahead and go to it. Let's go ahead and break down some stuff. For Texas A&M, and this is on the season, and this is statistic-wise. First and foremost, Connor doesn't have that many passing yards because Connor was out. 2 games and a half. He was out. It is what it is. Connor comes into the game with about 718 passing yards. Le'Veon Moss has about 674 rushing yards. Noah Thomas has about 289 receiving yards. Tackles, Terrion York has 40. Interception, Marcus Ratcliffe has 3. These are the leading guys right now for Texas A&M offensively and defensively. I think these guys are going to give them a game. As of right now, completion percentage-wise, throughout the year, Garrett Nesmar is at about 64.7%. Connor is at about 61.5%. That is about as good as it gets. Only difference right there, Connor has 3 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. Nesmar, 18 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. They throw the ball a lot. Connor has only been sacked 3 times. That's it. Nesmar, twice. That's it. That's it. What we're expecting in this game is for these defensive lines to step up on this line of scrimmage. Who's going to be the better one? In my honest opinion, and with the factual data here, A&M has the better defensive line. Who has the better offensive line? Factual data, LSU has the better offensive line. We're going to get a defensive line versus offensive line battle. Who's going to be the first offensive line to crumble? Who's going to panic first? Who can dial up the most blitzes and get to the quarterback? Right? Who can dial up the most pressures? Who's going to do it? So, looking at some things here, right? Rushing defense, and I talked about this a little bit on yesterday. Rushing defense-wise, LSU hasn't beat, and we're the number 33 in the country. Texas A&M is number 36 in the country. Texas A&M is giving up 116 yards a game. LSU is at 114.9. That's going to make a difference. Who can run the ball better? LSU or Texas A&M? Give me some notes here. Give me something. Who has the better running backs with an S? Texas A&M. It's not LSU. However, I think LSU is going to come in this game. And they're going to force to run the ball. And what I mean by that is they're going to run the ball a lot. They're going to do what they're going to try their best to establish a run game. A&M already knows that they have a running game. What LSU is going to come in and look to do is to get A&M throwing the football. But I'm going to be real with you. Connor gets the ball out quick. I heard a lot of these here. Yeah, but he needs to notice who he's throwing to. I get that. But once again, Connor releases the ball quick. It all depends on his wide receivers getting to their spots. I believe these tight ends will be utilized in this game. I believe Connor will use his checkdowns in this game. Let me tell you something. Connor remembers that Notre Dame game. He remembers that Notre Dame game and where they got him. They got to him. He didn't trust his offensive line at all. Now, Connor trusts his offensive line. That makes a difference. He'll throw the balls to the right spots. A lot of guys will get wide open, in which a lot of you guys probably would imagine. I believe Moose Muhammad will have a lot of slant passes thrown his way. This field will be rocking and live at 5. They will. They will. So let's look at those passing offenses and where Texas A&M was all the way at the back of the pile. I'm going to tell you guys his name. And if I'm not mistaken, passing offense-wise, LSU is at like number 25. Or number 8 is one of them. LSU is number 8 in the country with about 322 passing yards a game. Texas A&M, like I told you guys before, because they just haven't been passing the football like that, they're number 107 in the country. So LSU mindset with about 186.1 yards a game. So with LSU's mindset, right, LSU is going to absolutely believe that they're going to come in here and they're going to be able to stop the pass. That's their mindset. Shut down the passing game. Or they're going to have into their minds of that, oh, they can't pass the football anyways. But then again, a lot of those LSU players remember Connor Wiggins. I'm going to say this once again for the people in the back. A lot of them LSU players remember Connor Wiggins. Brian Kelly remembers Connor Wiggins. He lost to him. He absolutely lost to him. They remember. Connor is going to look at that tape from 2022, and he's going to take a lot of things that he done in that game, right? So far as the awareness is concerned, and he's going to use that to his advantage. Some of these players is on LSU, and just about the same ones, a lot of those guys are still there. They remember. The guy that I think Connor is going to attack most, and where Harold Perkins is out here this time, the guy that A&M fans and Connor specifically is going to attack most is Jordan Gilbert. Jordan, we heard you. We heard what you said the first time. You should have committed to LSU the first time around. That's fine, I get it. We're here to tell you, we're going to make sure of that. And I will honestly say to you that you made the right decision. I'm going to say that once again, you made the right decision. You said the right thing. You should have committed to LSU the first time around. It is what it is. But when Texas A&M sees you, they're going to see you. And you better be ready for it. You better be ready. Linebacker Weeks, we're coming for you. Le'Veon Moss, he's coming for you. He ain't scared of you. He ain't scared of you at all. I don't believe that you're scared of Le'Veon Moss. But Le'Veon has something for you. He does. Caden Durham, running back for LSU, he's coming home. I know this part. He's gonna try to play lights out. I get that. But Caden Durham, we remember. We remember. Why? Because we wanted you as well. Could have came home, but you didn't. We remember. All right? This game is going to be taken so personal for Bryce Anderson that it's a shame. Half of his family is LSU. I'm gonna say that once again. Half of this family is LSU. He was committed to LSU at one point. He remembers. LSU remembers. They're gonna try to make it hard for him. You coming to Kyle Field, baby. You coming to Kyle Field. And we're ready. We are ready. Passing defense wise, that's going to be self-explanatory because at the end of the day, passing yards allowed. Texas A&M ranks at number, and I seen this just a while ago. Texas A&M passing defense, they're number 51 in the country in passing defense with about 209 yards a game. LSU, passing defense-wise, they're going to rank at number 103 in the country. So what does that mean? LSU, we're coming for you. We're going to pass the football. Trust me, Connor's going to throw it. Connor will throw this ball, and he will throw it a lot, right? He's going to throw it a lot. This is the thing. This is what will win this ball game. Who will complete the most third downs? And we're going to look at this right now. So as of right now, LSU is number 11 in the country on third down percentage. Texas A&M is number 27 in the country on third down percentage. Third down defense. This is where A&M makes a stand. They're number 16 in the country on third down defense. In LSU is number 77. Understand that Connor Wickman in that Texas A&M offense lives for third downs. They know this, we know this, and it's going to determine the game. Who's going to complete the most? As of right now, in back-to-back games, Connor has completed over 75% of his third down conversions. And when I say Connor, understand what I mean right there, in which Connor controls the offense. He controls the tempo of it. He's completed over 75% of that in back-to-back games. They're coming home. I don't expect it to be no different. And I'm going to say that once again, I do not expect it to be no different. This is what they do. They're going to run the football. They're going to pass the football. They're going to run the football. They're going to pass the football. When it gets up to that red zone, that's where they make a huge difference at. As of right now, like I told you, Texas A&M has a top 10 red zone offense. And where Le'Veon Moss and Amari Daniels completely goes insane. They go insane. It has been 15 rushing red zone touchdowns so far. I think about 6 passing touchdowns. That's it. Look for good. Right? All right. So, guys, look. That wraps it up for today. I'm going to save some of the energy. I will be back on tomorrow. I will be back on tomorrow. Same time, 7 o'clock. I love all of you for tuning in. And please make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Before I leave out of here, score prediction for this game. Texas A&M 42. LSU 35. I'm going to say that once again. Texas A&M 42. LSU 35. I love all of you. #GigamaX.